Hello, hello. The 30-day challenge is complete. And as promised, here is a reflection video on my biggest takeaways and what I've learned in the 30-day content sprint. First of all, for context, the reason why I even started it was I'm a part of a community called Copy Chief. It's meant for marketers and copywriters, and they have a plethora of training videos. And one of them was by this guy named Chaba. I believe that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, Chaba. And he's I think Game of Conversions on YouTube, and he's did like 100-day challenge. But what he did was he had a training video in Copy Chief in that community that I watched, and he was saying how not focusing on perfection and just doing a 30-day content sprint is going to like teach you some things and be useful, and it can also be authority content if that's what your goals are. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just the kind of person that likes to try new things. If I haven't tried it before and I don't have any data that something works or something doesn't, then I want to see for myself. So that's what I did. And as a freelancer, at the time I was like 100% freelancing. Um, as a freelancer, I like was wanted to try anything that's going to make my systems. If you're a freelancer, you know how important systems are. Anything that was going to make my systems attract more leads, and easier, less friction for me, like less grinding out shit on Upwork all the time. So I was like, all right, and I might learn a thing or two. So that's how I learned about that. I think I've talked about Copy Chief before, but I'm a part of that community. So if you're looking for that sort of community and you're a copywriter and marketer and looking to level up your game, I recommend it. But yeah, and also I wanted to say thank you to a few people in that community specifically because they've been supporting me throughout this process, and it's been really, really sweet and really helpful. And getting feedback from everyone too. So, um, Jason, Casey, Victoria, Kevin, Mark, everyone in that community, and everyone that interacted with me and was being supportive. I really appreciate it. So if you're watching this, thank you so much, just for the energy. Cool. That being said, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, what did I learn? I have a list here. My biggest takeaways. So I'll go over that and I will talk about if you should do it or not. Okay? Okay. So, takeaway number 1, nobody cares. Take action. That's what I have written down here. Nobody cares. Take action. 4 words. Nobody cares. If you think you're going to be posting shit, whether it's a video series like this was, or it's a LinkedIn content sprint or any sort of content sprint, if you're worried about what people think about you and you're attached to that belief and you're not willing to do it anyways, even though you're scared, then you might as well just quit. Quit any entrepreneurial pursuits, quit any freelance, anything, and go join 90% of people that are like that, because that is a person that I was, and no judgment here. That is a person that I've been almost my entire life, right? That I was, and I honestly, becoming a freelancer, I've learned so much about myself and honestly like trauma and shit. It's a spiritual journey, and this sort of content sprint is gonna putting yourself out there is gonna further put those shadows, so to speak, to the light, right? Bring light to the darkness, in that sense that you don't even know your fears. You don't know of those fears. For me, it was I cared so much about what people thought about me, almost my entire life, and I think that's pretty normal. It's not abnormal, But I mean, my case at different points in my life were pretty extreme. But without making this therapy session, that was something that was something I really cared about, and realize how foolish that is. Once you realize that truly nobody cares, you hear it a lot, but when you really fucking internalize it, you embody it. It's a different level, man. It's how I'm talking right now, and I'm not putting on a fucking. This is unedited. I'm not gonna edit this. I don't have time to edit this. And also, I feel like these kinds of videos are more real nowadays, anyways. Like I kind of like watching unedited videos, but yeah, like nobody really cares. So do what speaks to you and challenge yourself. So nobody cares. Take action. That's what I really learned, and I really learned that like it doesn't matter what the numbers are. You're not doing this for numbers. You're doing this because you're challenging yourself. You're doing something that's new, right? And you don't know what's going to come out of it. So that's number one. Nobody cares. Take action. Number two, let go of perfectionism and focus on the process. So it's 30 days, which is short, but it's also kind of long, right? When you're doing something for 30 days consistently, I only missed one day and then I made it up by not taking a break on Sunday, right? Um, so I did 30 days consistently, you're gonna want to do things perfect, but sometimes you just don't have the time, man. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to put your best foot forward. You can't fucking be perfect all the time, as much as we all want to do that, right? It's something to just honestly like teach yourself to let go of perfectionism, let go of that feeling that it all needs to be perfect. Guess what? You just taking action, you're ahead of, again, 90 plus percent of people. You're ahead of 90% plus people. Done. So don't make it perfect. Mine are all unedited. I put a fucking basic ass thumbnail for every one of them. I think some of them are missing thumbnails, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but I didn't have more than an hour to an hour and a half max per day. I didn't have that time, and I wanted to do this. So see what your time restraints are. If it's just 30 minutes a day, do whatever you can for 30 minutes. If it's an hour, cool. If it's more than that, cool. Maybe you can edit videos if you want to do that, right? Maybe you're a video editor watching this. You can do the video editing version of this. You don't have to be a copywriter or a marketer. This isn't just for that kind of person. This is for business owners of any kind, entrepreneurs, freelancers, anyone who has a craft and wants to improve. So, and that was kind of my intention too, was I wanted to make looking at copy every single day a thing. So I was like, why don't I just fucking record it? Kill two birds with one stone. And that's why I did this. So I was like, I'll try something new. And then also I can review copy every day. Was every email a perfect example? No. Again, some emails are just like, all right, here's an email. Other days it was like, damn, this is a really good email to break down. And you can see it in the videos. I'd say like 80% of them, 20. Like 80% of them, I was like pretty happy with them. Probably like 20%, I was like, this is what we have time-wise. And, it's not perfect, but, so that's really what I mean. Let go of perfectionism and focus on the process. And the process is, in this case, just being consistent, just showing up and saying, all right, I'm going to do today's job and I'm going to move on. Tomorrow I'll show up again. And like how I did it was 6 days on, 1 day off. You can do it however you want, but the point is you get that 30 days in, 30 pieces of content. So I guess it was like in 35 days for me with the 1 day off. But like Chavo was saying, I did want to kind of keep my sanity. So same sentiments there, so that's why I do whatever works for you. The point is that you're pumping out 30 days of, or whatever it is, a lot of content in a short amount of period. So again, 1, nobody cares, take action. And 2, let go of perfectionism and focus on the process. That's really what I've internalized from this. And 3, I think, is the best part, is enjoy the fruit of doing things that 99% of people are too scared to do. Enjoy the fruit of that. Like, genuinely, because when you do this, when you show up and you're just consistent and you do it for the sake of doing it and it's pure self-expression, then you're going to become less fearful around something in particular, which for me it's making videos. I have a new fucking skill now. And I have this cool fucking mic. I can make videos whenever I want, just like this. It's not a scary thing anymore. Before I was like, "Oh, make a YouTube video? I got to get a mic. I got to do this. I got to do that." Now it's like, "Bro, I got the mic. I got the cool little stand. I got, the boom stick, whatever the heck this thing is called. And I put in the reps. I know what the softwares I need are. I have OBS and I have DaVinci if I need it. Like, I know how to make a thumbnail if I need to. Even though they're not amazing, I can do it. And the fact that I can do it means that I have that confidence. I have that skill now. So that's an amazing thing you get out of this, truly. No matter what you do, like, especially if it's something new, for like it was for me, but like if it's a LinkedIn 30-day sprint, and you're afraid of just posting on LinkedIn, you'll guess what? I posted on LinkedIn as well as made these videos. But I mean, if you just stick to like a social media platform, and maybe you have like LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, and you have like a different piece of value, right? Not just posting with like everyone else is doing, but maybe you're, um, doing some sort of challenge for yourself, like I was, like reviewing a piece of copy, whatever it is, right? You'll become more skillful at that thing. You will demystify it. You will become less fearful. That is fucking huge, like truly. So for me is YouTube skills, less fear about recording videos, and learning more about my preferences in this context, and just about myself. Just learning more about like, okay, like I'm a perfectionist. Like I have these whatever, these wounds or these preferences, or you just learn about yourself without diving into that side of it. You just learn about yourself. So, and I mean, if your goal is higher internet authority, interwebs authority, that's a thing too. You'll get more of that. Was that my goal? No, and I'm not. Obviously, I'm not. I got like 15 subscribers from this. I barely even like posted this anywhere. So, but that wasn't my goal. So, but if that is your goal, you know, and I mean now I cannot. This is kind of like weirdly on my resume if I ever want it to be, right. If I'm like, I also did a 30-day sprint. Yeah, check it out. They'll be like, this guy, what? This guy did a 30-day sprint. I'm literally just thinking of this right now. And I could use that. I could say, extracurricular. I don't know, like, um, yeah. I mean, you get a lot out of it. You get a lot out of it. That is the point. So those are the three biggest takeaways, man. Nobody cares. Take action. Let go of perfectionism. Focus on the process. And enjoy the fruit of doing what 99% of people are afraid to do. Those are my biggest takeaways. And, you know, I haven't even looked at my highest performing stuff, but you know what? Just for fun, I'm going to pause this. Yo. Okay, I'm back. Funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I got I'm looking at my best performing videos, and I just found my first dislike. Two people liked my video and one person disliked my video. That's like a baptism, or some sort of spiritual um you know relegation. I got my first dislike. So there you go. Nobody cares. And the people that do care, the people that care enough to dislike your video, think of that kind of person. When was the last time you disliked a video? Like, think of that for a second. Is that a person that you really care about? One. And two, what does that say about them? It says more about them than it does you. If you're just out there like providing value or trying to just, challenge yourself in one way, shape or form. So that's funny. I think that's kind of cool. But 63 views. Going back to what we were talking, I was gonna say earlier is my highest performing videos. 63 views is I think my highest. I have 16 subscribers and I got 63 views. So I think let me see. 63 views on my highest video is what I mean. Sorry. Abandoned sales page email. Somehow that got the most. I have no idea. I have no idea why, to be honest with you. Why, like in terms of like a headline. But yeah. So interesting stuff, and honestly, it's pretty cool to have 16 subscribers. I'm pretty happy about that. 16 people. Some people are like, but I think one of them is my little niece. So, and shout out to friends and whoever else subscribed. But I think that's pretty cool, man. If it's not about the numbers, it's about the impact. So, yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's it for this breakdown. I don't want this to go on too long. Um, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. And man, if you tuned in the whole way, amazing. Amazing. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you got something out of it, truly. And this won't be the last time you hear from me. I'm going to, for sure, continue to post videos because this shit is fun. Even if they're just like this, even if they're just like talking head, mic, white background in my office kind of videos, then that's what they'll be. And that's it for this video. Peace.